Have you ever imagined what throwing the three most common pitches in baseball would be like in the major leagues? Well, the Lord let me have this opportunity. A few years back, I got a chance to, in Washington, D.C. for the Washington Nationals, I got a chance to throw the fastball, the changeup, and the curveball in front of 30,000 people and many different stadiums, just other than the Nationals. But this is what the Lord let me do. So as I talk about this today, I know that this has a special meaning to me. It's just not something that I read about. It's something that I've actually lived. I've gotten a chance to play at the highest level and to learn from a kid how to grip the baseball properly, how to use the proper mechanics and the proper mentality of learning how to challenge the strike zone as a pitcher. So going through the three most important factors, the grip, the mentality, and the physical aspect of it with the mechanics, got a chance to read and really know about three different people that are to each one of these fields. The grip, a guy by the name of Steve Ellis, he ran the perfect pitcher, and he focused on the grips. The grips of the fastball, you want to keep your thumb underneath at what they would call 6 o'clock, just like a 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock opposite, right underneath, thumbs underneath, fingers on the sides of the ball. You got a two-seam fastball. If you want to go across the horseshoe, that you get the most spin, the most velocity, you're going to go across the horseshoe, stay at 6 o'clock, spread your fingers slightly apart with a nice kind of not firm grip, but to where it can breathe a little bit, and you end up getting a really nice fastball. Okay, this guy also, as he talked about on his website, he talked about how to throw a curveball. Now the curveball, the grip, you want to take your thumb and you want to take it from where the finger, you have finger pressure with your not your ring finger, but your middle finger on the outside of the baseball for your left-handed guy. You want to be right here with your thumb as across the seams, so you end up getting, when you throw the ball, good rotation from 12 to 6. The best kind of curveball you can throw is a 12 to 6 breaking ball. It looks to the batter as if it's coming as a fastball, and then it comes up and drops down. He talks about this on his website, but again, not only reading about it, but getting to learn how to do this, this was something that the Lord let me do. The circle changeup is probably the most effective pitch in baseball. The circle changeup is where you literally make a circle, and you take your ring finger and middle finger and pinky and use it as a guide and a shelf almost. So your index finger and your pinky finger, they're your shelves, and the ring finger and the index finger, that is your guide. So these are the three most effective pitches in baseball, the three most common pitches that I've learned as a kid and then got a chance to experience at the highest level. Now your mentality, Greg Maddux was one of the greatest pitchers to play the game of baseball, and his mentality when he would go out there was something called Mad Dog mentality. And a guy by the name of David Golbayewski wrote an article that Greg Maddux looked more like a CPA guy opposed to a Major League Baseball legend. If you saw him on the street corner, you'd say, man, that guy, he looks intelligent and smart. He doesn't look like a baseball player. But he was one of the greatest pitchers who ever lived. His mentality was to challenge the strike zone and go right after hitters. A lot of people say, well, nibble on the corners. Greg Maddux says, I'm going right after this guy. The physical part of executing these pitches was a guy by the name of Ryan Mills. He pitched for the Boston Red Sox, and Ryan Mills was a guy that he did very well in the big leagues, and he said the best way to execute these three common pitches is to have very good physical mechanics. So you got your factors of grip, mentality, and mechanics in order to execute the two-seam fastball, the four-seam fastball, which that's two kinds of fastballs, so that's why I just said one fastball. And then you have a circle change and the curveball, and all of that can be accomplished with the proper grip, mentality, and the proper physical mechanics. So what would I say to a young kid growing up and how he is supposed to execute these pitches? Well, he better learn how to make the proper grip of the ball, and he also better learn how to have the right mentality to make people hit these pitches, as well as he better have the right physical mechanics, because I too at one point was a little kid that had big dreams, and the Lord let me accomplish these, but it came with much hard work.
That it?